Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we have the 1.8.2 patch for Dauntless. I might have been able to get gameplay footage of this one for you guys, but the odds of me leaking something I shouldn't be leaking early was pretty high, so we're doing a patch notes reading video in this one. But hopefully you enjoy the breakdown. Anyway, consider dropping a like for me and subscribing if you are new for more Dauntless content. The next video should be out in the next couple of days, and it's an ambitious crossover, I would say. But let's go ahead and take a look here. First and foremost, we have a Ramsgiving, which will be taking place from November 23rd to November 30th. And what it looks like here is we are going to get an armored Benson head with some armored Benson head repeaters. It's looking pretty nice. I think we can expect about the same thing we had with Dark Harvest, where we get everything that was in the event store last year will probably be in the event store this year, with maybe a couple more curiosities and then a couple more premium items like the Ram's head, and the repeaters will probably be a premium item. But we have a new island event coming called Gruk Rumble, and I probably could have gotten footage of this, but I don't think they actually want people to see the footage of this until like maybe closer to the 23rd, so like a couple weeks away from actually seeing what is in here. But this is going to be coming along with Ramsgiving and will be a permanent event in the hunting grounds, and I think that is unfortunate. That'll probably be like my least favorite event. Part of that being like, I figured out you can't damage fauna with the Drask Lantern. I find myself usually running the Drask Lantern these days. You can tell this is going to be a much smaller patch because these are the only two main headliners of the patch. However, there are going to be other things of note, one of those being that Thunderdeep Drask is getting nerfed on its damage. The Lightning Breath, the Chain Lightning, Thunder Dunk, and Lightning Flash attacks are being reduced by 12%. These things would hit you for well over 1,000 damage, even if you were at level with Thunderdeep Drask, so it's good to see. A couple of other Behemoth tunings in here as well. Phalanx, they changed some of the rolling mechanics. I know there was one particular instance of Phalanx's rolling attack where it would just like kind of roll along forever. But definitely more notable is that finally, after all of this time, Chronovore's wings have been nerfed to like make them easier to break. They have less part health, and the hitbox size has been increased. So I feel like you don't even need to have like a full meter axe throw to break them anymore. And finally, we are getting a repeater nerf. They did do the original nerf of changing the marksman chamber from multiplicative core damage to additive core damage, and that did help quite a bit, but repeaters are still the best weapon, with a 40%, 80% core damage increase from marksman chamber, so they've changed that to a 25%, 60%. Maybe that'll help it a little bit. And then the shot damage was also reduced from 175 to 150 while empowered. Shot damage change I feel like is a bit more impactful than the marksman chamber change, but that looks pretty good in terms of balance. I don't think they really would have to nerf them much farther from here to bring them in line with the other top weapons. I would say even after this, they'd still be one of the top weapon options. I don't think they would have dropped back down below, top 3. Bug fixes: Drask Lightning Breath will now hit players correctly instead of passing through them. I don't know if I ever experienced that bug in particular. Adjusted area of effect timing when entering Aether state, so it aligns with the VFX. Kind of think these VFX like didn't actually exist. Like, Phalanx would like do its thing, but there would be no type of shockwave or anything. Like, it would be late, like the damage would come late, but there isn't any type of shockwave or anything. There were a couple of rumor objectives that didn't say correctly that they needed to be a one-hit damage source, like it was 5,000 damage, but it should have said in one hit. And then dodge projectile bounties are fixed, thankfully. And then Quill Shot here, we have fixed a bug where Quill Shot was not interruptible during enraged Homing Quill's attack. When it first enrages, and then when it's about to not be enraged anymore, it does a damage threshold interrupt. I think what they're referring to here is you couldn't do the damage threshold interrupt anywhere except on its face, when it should be throughout the whole body that you can damage it. Notable UI bugs here is that you'll now be able to purchase the non-limited items multiple times in the limited section of the reward cache without having to exit the reward cache screen entirely. That's a pretty good one. As well as Phoenix Labs ruining some fun by taking away your duplicate recruit weapons when in the training grounds. Unfortunate. But yeah, that is the gist of the 1.8.2 patch. Pretty light patch. Really only Thanksgiving and some balancing. We'll have to see about this repeater change here. Not sure if they are going to wipe the trial boards or not, because this patch is actually coming out tomorrow, and the trials are still going to go on until Thursday, so we will have to see. I do believe repeaters are in first place right now. I think something they might be able to do is just wipe the entire repeater side of the board, and then everything else should be fine. But I think they might not wipe boards unless I missed a message on that somewhere, because, you know, those were legitimate times done in the first 5 days of the trial, and now you only have 2 days to try and actually get back to that position. Kind of unfair if you were playing repeaters before this patch. We are at the end of the video here, but real quick, I think I am going to tack on like one thing I do in the thumbnail creation process sometimes regarding the patch notes, since we're here. So what you can do is you can open up F12, inspect element. You can do, let's try to get this picture, right? Like we want this picture without the text on here, right? So we'll open up the inspect element, you control F, you can type JPG, which stands for JPEG, file format, and that is what all these pictures are going to be labeled as. And as you cycle through, you will get to your desired picture. So you can see here, what we have is background image URL. That is what we are going to need. So we jump in here, we copy this /assets/media/posts, patch notes, Ramsgiving JPEG. We can control copy that, and then we can type in playdauntless.com /assets/that thing, and bang, we have the source image of this right here, which we can just save as image in your computer. That's a pretty basic thing you can do on a lot of websites. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, consider dropping a like for me if you enjoyed the breakdown, and consider subscribing to the channel if you are new for some more Dauntless content. I've been Trevor. I go by the Mr. Trails. Catch you guys next time.